Universal CityWalk reopened on May 14th after being closed for almost 2 months. Having been at home just over 2 months myself, I wanted to go to Universal and see what they were doing to keep the public safe. So I called up my Universal expert and also best friend Haley, who has been in quarantine as long as I have, and we were both comfortable with hanging out with each other and going to Universal together. Sunday, May 17th, we got in the car, drove to Universal, and this is what we saw.
Don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, honey, so our friendship ceases from now on.
The first thing we notice when we are coming up to park is that there are 2 cars and a space, 2 cars and a space. There's a spot in between each car. Parking was free, you usually have to pay.
You must practice social distancing.
I know a lot of us were wondering, when do they have you put the mask on, like when does it start?
So I hope you can hear me, but it's really weird to be here and not having come in a long time and having it be like this. It's definitely interesting.
It wasn't until we parked the car, went down the escalator, that was the first checkpoint, you could say. Somebody was checking to make sure everybody had masks, and then we went around the corner and somebody was checking our temperature. Everything went really smoothly. I didn't want to record them taking my temperature because it was like the quickest thing and I didn't want to be like a weirdo, like hello, but they honestly just like held the thing up to your forehead. It doesn't touch your forehead, and then they're just like, okay, you're good. I think the requirement is over 100 degrees. Let me double check. Yeah, 100.4 degrees or more you can't go, and no one in your party can go. After you check your temperature, you go through security. It's kind of like the airport, so you put your bags into like one of the trays and then it goes through the thing. But I didn't see them like sanitizing the trays. Maybe they were, but we just didn't see it. But that was the only thing. I was like, well, other people are putting their stuff in here, but I was assuming that they are sanitizing the trays because they were also wiping down all like the rail for the walkway. I kind of had an unbiased opinion because I hadn't been to Universal since I was like 12, so I didn't really know what to expect. Walking around, getting to see it with like fresh eyes, I was just like asking Haley, is this normal? Do they always do this? Those kind of things. This is the entrance.
Okay, so those gates are where they'll check your tickets.
Oh my gosh, look at how crazy it looks empty.
I know.
This is at the entrance, remodeling. And here's what it looks like empty. It's so cool. Since I haven't been in so long. You can see the roller coaster coming around right there. But I must say, it's like 6-ish and it's really hot.
Yeah, 6:30.
In the mask, so that's one thing. I've seen people like taking them off already, and we just got here. So I don't know how that's gonna go. I kind of have to like pull it off to breathe a little bit sometimes. Obviously when I go to Disney Springs this week, I go there all the time, so I'm gonna know what is normal and what's not. But in this case, I didn't have that perspective, so it was good that I had her with me because she goes all the time.
I love my tour guide.
All of the cast at Universal were so nice. I feel like they were just happy to have their job back. Like there was people standing on the balconies being like, hey, welcome back, we're so happy to see you. And they were so upbeat and happy, and there was, it looked like managers everywhere. Everyone had masks on, of course. They were even selling masks. I don't know how much they were, I forgot to check.
So far the consensus is that if we had to do this all day, I don't think I could do it. Haley? No. Yeah, I don't think we could. Oh my gosh, you can see the roller coaster there. But like I was saying before, if you don't want to wear it, then don't go. I couldn't see myself doing it all day. And Haley? No. Did we already say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot. It's hard to breathe.
It just gets
I
hot.
couldn't imagine walking around the park all day.
We are not complaining that we have to wear a mask. We were just saying that it would just be too hot for us to go yet. There's a difference between complaining that you have to wear a mask or just like accepting it and just not going. You know, like the theme parks, they will always be there. So if you don't want to wear a mask, then just don't go. There weren't too many shops or restaurants open, but the ones that were open had lines outside. They had stickers on the ground, like you have probably seen at like Publix or Walmart, that say, you know, stay 6 feet apart, stand here. So that if you were waiting outside, you knew where to stand. The biggest lines were for the donut shop.
Oh, there's the donut place. Kid just wants to go so bad.
Yeah, Voodoo. Assuming that's the way. That line's right there.
And the chocolate shop.
And then there's the line to get in at the moment.
Because I feel like they weren't really doing like they're not a sit-down restaurant, so you would just line up outside, like go in and get what you want and then leave. But for the sit-down restaurants, there was somebody outside with an iPad who was like taking down your name and number, and they would just call you when it's your time to go, so you don't have to be standing outside. When we were going in the shops, there were 2 people either side, like counting how many went in and how many went out, and if there was too many inside, then you weren't allowed to go in.
This is cute. They have a sign, and it's really hard for me not to pick up everything and look at it, but I'm not gonna touch anything, I promise. Haley said this is the emptiest she's ever seen it, and they were outside. I think they were just keeping count of who was coming in.
Hold on, I might buy something.
Oh no. Yeah, there's a lot of yellow happening. Look how cute these are.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
That seems important right now. See, this is just really off-brand for me, and I don't think I can get behind it. I don't know. I really want to go though.
There were probably about 2 shops open, and I would say maybe 5 restaurants open. So here's a list of all the restaurants that are open. Red Oven Pizza Bakery, Bubba Gump Shrimp Company Restaurant, Margaritaville, Voodoo Donut, Cinnabon, Cold Stone, Toothsome Chocolate Emporium, and Savory Feast Kitchen. The Universal shop was open and the tattoo shop was open. I don't think they were actually doing tattoos because it says Tattoo Company Retail Shop. And they also had half of the mini golf side open, the other half was closed. They did have different carts open around Universal, so like when you go to the mall and there's all those carts selling stuff, it was kind of like that. Now, as a synopsis on the masks, me and Haley both agreed that it would almost be unbearable in like the middle of the afternoon in the summer. I mean, we're heading into the summer, we already are in the summer. I know there's a big debate about the masks. It was really difficult to wear, but it's something that we have to do. So if you are not prepared to do that, then you shouldn't go. I feel like if you are local, then you should at least try going and see how you feel. We were probably there for about an hour and it was just too much. And that was only at like 6 o'clock at night, so the sun was going down. We genuinely felt like we couldn't breathe. I'm not trying to be dramatic or anything. We did it. We wore the masks. I'm not complaining that we shouldn't have to wear them, but it was just a lot because when you would breathe out, it was just like a sauna. Like it was just like sweat here, and it was just warm air that was like collecting and collecting. So we kind of like pull off to the side and like take it off for a second and like have a breather, and then we'll be like, okay, let's keep going, and we put it back on and like keep walking around. And we were wearing those basic blue cloth masks, so I don't know if it makes a difference if you wear a different type of mask. I have another mask that is like proper fabric that my friend made, but I can't breathe out of that one very well either, so I felt like the blue one was easier to breathe out of just because it's thinner probably. We wanted to go to CityWalk, so we followed the rules to do so. There are tons of signs that say remember to wash your hands, like keep your distance. They have hand sanitizer everywhere, which is really good. I did see a few people who were not wearing masks.
No masks. No masks, no masks.
And I didn't see them like reprimanded. I only saw it when we were coming in, like you couldn't get in without a mask. It was also really cool to see Universal and Islands of Adventure closed, like you could see through the gate.
This is the entrance to Islands of Adventure. Oh my gosh.
Landing, port of entry. These are the different worlds that are on this gate.
It's so cute.
Just looking through and seeing everything empty, that was a cool experience. I just feel like it was like a historic moment to get to go and like live that with the masks and just see how everything was going on. They say that they are going to open on June 1st. Haley has a friend who works at Universal and they said to report to work on June 1st. So we will see how that goes and how that goes with Disney as well. I feel like Universal always took the first step throughout this whole thing. Like they close first and they're gonna open first, it seems, because Universal opened last Thursday. Disney is opening this Wednesday. Disney Springs and CityWalk, not the theme park. I'm just really excited to go to Disney Springs, even though it's all like the third-party shops. They are opening World of Disney on the 27th, so that is gonna be really cool. I want to make videos about that, and it would be fun to kind of compare the differences between what they're doing. I feel like it's gonna basically be the same thing. I felt that Universal, like I said, everyone was so nice and there were people everywhere just watching, not in a bad way, but they had like managers everywhere making sure everyone was okay. And it was really cool to see it empty like for the first time. You know, like when you go to Disney for the first time or whatever and it's so packed, it's kind of overwhelming. I don't think that they were serving alcohol. There was no bars or clubs open. They just had restaurants open. I didn't see anybody with any alcohol or anything, so I think they're just doing certain food items. You can still have a really good time. Let me know if you've been to CityWalk or if you plan on going, and if you're gonna go to Disney Springs, let me know. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, and treat people how you want to be treated. All right, well, have a good day, and I will see you when we go to Disney Springs. Bye.
Please don't talk about